so everyone else is talking about this, so I figured, fuck it, I'm going to talk about it too. So, Killing Joke. It's been a tad controversial since its release. I saw it at Comic-Con, so I was there when the uproar kind of started, although I left for the Q&A, so I didn't see that part of it.
I was gonna say I'd be curious to see what the people there had to say about it, but I also heard that the panel for it wasn't good either.
Yeah. Well, Mark Hamill called in the middle of it. That was
nice.
entertaining because he did the whole he left for a bit. It's like, oh, and like, oh, somebody else did a talk to you. Then he started doing the Joker voice, like, oh, give me the phone, and then he did the whole thing in the Joker voice for a bit. So that was fun.
Nice.
The rest of it was kind of like, okay, great, pat yourself on the back. And we got on with the movie now.
Yeah.
But I guess they couldn't officially air it until a certain time of the night because it was rated R. It was a weird legal thing, but
Which is weird because it didn't seem like a rated R movie to me.
no, this is at most a very soft R.
I mean, I guess like the violence, right? That would constitute it as a R-rated movie, I guess.
Like even then, like the violence is pretty tame. I think it's more just like
Well, if you think about
relatively disturbing content in the second half, more maybe.
Yeah.
With like the
I mean,
violation aspect.
yeah.
That stuff okay, but as far as everything else goes, it's a pretty damn soft R.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring you one on this because I was like, as soon as I saw this movie, I was like, I wonder what Amaris is gonna think of this. Because I have a feeling she's gonna have some words. And sure enough, even just talking with you on the way over here, it's like, okay, yeah. So what'd you think of The Killing Joke before I go on my opinion about it?
Well, I mean, as you kind of said before, if you just ignore the first 30 minutes, it's actually stays pretty true to the comic book, which I thought was fine. For me, hearing Mark Hamill as the Joker and Kevin Conroy as Batman was like nostalgic for me, so I enjoyed that. And like the animation was really great. I had no problem with that. But yeah, the first 30 minutes, I was like, what is it? I don't understand any of this. Why? It's so unnecessary. And
It really is. Like watching it again now, I can definitely see where like, yeah.
I was like, what? It has nothing to do with the storyline at all.
It's so tonally different.
Yeah.
It in no way really connects to Killing Joke.
It doesn't.
It really is completely pointless, and it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so badly written.
It was so badly written because I remember thinking like, oh, like I feel like the reason why, because I had heard about it before, you know, them putting in the like romantic aspect between Batman and Batgirl, but I thought there really wasn't a connection that was built between them. It felt so like
out of nowhere,
and it was like
it
made no sense. It was like I understand they were trying to introduce, you know, her as Batgirl or like kind of make you care about her as a character, but it didn't work at all.
No.
It like, I mean, I care about Batgirl because I care about her because I already know her, and then like coming into this, I feel like it's like she's trying to get Batman's attention, which is like so cliche, right? It's like the girl trying to get the guy's attention.
To be fair, as far as that goes, they've done that before. They've done it worse.
True.
And I'm sad to say I actually watched this. Mystery of the Batwoman, which is a direct to VHS. This is an old anime movie, but it was in the same Bruce Timm universe. But in that one, it was already implied they did have a relationship at some point before she went off to college, which was creepier. Because she's in college when she calls him, and she's played by I don't know if it's still Tara Strong that does the voice, but either way. And she starts talking about, like, so I hear you have a new girl in town. Well, I just hope you haven't swapped us out, because I'd be really upset. And then Bruce Wayne goes, you're breaking up. And he looks over at Tim Drake, who's like, don't get me involved in this. So it's like, they've done it a lot worse than this. Maybe that's why I was more forgiving.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying it's good. And I never thought, even though I still, kind of defended some of the decisions they made in the half hour when I wrote the review for Ace of Geeks, it's still unnecessary. You could have totally done the same thing another way.
I feel like the first 30 minutes of this movie was like an out of nowhere, poorly written TV show episode.
It really did feel that way.
Because it didn't feel connected to the Killing Joke at all.
It's so disappointing because Brian Azzarello, who wrote it, is such an amazing writer.
Which I'm like.
Although in real life he's kind of a dick.
I don't know anything about him, so I have no words towards him. But I just feel like there was really no substance to it at all, and even like.
I mean, they tried.
Okay, not really.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. Even like down to the sex scene where it was like.
All of a sudden they just like they're.
She's like on top of him. She's like. What? They're like on some sidewalk somewhere underneath a gargoyle, and she like is fighting him because she's pissed off at him, and she ends up on top of him, and then she's just like.
Fuck it. I don't want to fuck Batman.
Yep. And he's like, because the entire time I feel like there's no romantic chemistry between them at all, and he's just kind of like, okay.
Well, like I felt like Batman was just as visibly uncomfortable with it as like the audience was.
Yeah, I think you're right, and like.
And I felt like to me, I always felt when I first saw this, I felt really conflicted. I honestly spent like a day or so thinking about what I thought about all of that because like I see what they were going for and I see what they were trying to do, but it failed.
Failed miserably, and like
it
even
did,
if you look at like it's like if you had like I'm trying to already separate it from the Killing Joke, but if you had to connect it because of the way the movie is, it doesn't make me. What am I trying to say? Basically, I feel like
it doesn't add enough to her character.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't, because the situation in general is so heartbreaking that that's enough to feel for Barbara Gordon. And like even so, as much as it hurts me to say, she's not the primary focus of the Killing Joke. She's a prop. Right?
And like if you already hated that already about the Killing Joke, this is not going to change your mind. It's honestly, it's gonna be. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people that are super pissed off about this are the people that already had a problem with the story.
Right.
But it's totally understandable. Like if you feel that way about it, I totally get it. I really do.
Right.
I don't think it bothered me as much because like I think I was saying I can kind of separate the two.
Right.
Because especially now that I watched it a second time and I realized like man, these two have nothing in common. So it's like there's really like you really can't just treat as two entirely separate things.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then honestly like the part I got mad at more was just the blatant gay stereotype that's in this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised more people aren't mad about that. I find that even more frustrating.
Like it's a catch-22, right? Because
I know gay characters in animation.
Because you never see gay characters in animation or in media in general, especially geeky media, right? But then when you do see them, there's stereotypes. But at the same time, it's frustrating because I feel like, you know, more feminine men do need representation, but it sucks when it's like a blatant stereotype, right?
It is.
And so it's like, there's just too much. It's like,
I thought the gay community was complicated.
I was like, are you serious? I agree.
That honestly pissed me off more than the Batgirl Batman fucking thing. Because I was like, really? You guys have a problem with that, but you're okay with this? Like this sounds like a Patton Oswalt sketch almost. Like I have to explain and go, oh dear, we need popcorn and red wine stacked. You know, I was 5 seconds away from doing that. Do you ever see that Patton Oswalt routine? Go watch it. It's brilliant. But he basically cultivated that stereotype too. He says, I might as well put on blackface and tap dance. Like that's how outdated it is. And honestly, like that bothered me more than like anything else in the basically the prelude, I guess.
Yeah, because that's really not the Killing Joke at all. It is a
And it's like, and the movie's so bad. Like again, it's just the villain and it is bland. Like there's not. Honestly, it sexualizes Batgirl a lot more than I think the
I thought he
Killing
was
Joke
gonna like
does.
sexually assault her when he like. I mean, I'm sure that was his intent. You know, when he initially like used whatever spray on her.
Yeah.
She, like, got
I thought that was
away.
going. It's going.
I was like, well, I was like, well, okay, well.
This is getting really rapey. But thankfully they didn't go that route. It's like, this is already a story where she is like disturbingly sexualized. I don't need more.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like what they're trying to go for that with the whole sex thing is I feel like they're trying to give that as an excuse for her to retire being Batgirl. So she, like, there's a reason why she'd be in the apartment and not being off as Batgirl when the Joker comes and knocking. That was my theory at the time. And I still largely hold true to that, but again, the way they went about it is so backwards and nonsensical.
It could have been done better.
Yeah.
I remember reading about it before, and they were like, oh yeah, we're going to add about a 30-minute thing before to kind of give
it can at least have some relation
substance
to the Joker.
Yeah, it had nothing. And I was like, thinking, oh, okay, that's a good idea, so that people who aren't familiar with it can know Batgirl a little bit more, but just the way it was executed was not well done, in my opinion.
Like DC's had a rough fucking year. A rough fucking year.
Yeah.
And I just saw Suicide Squad earlier today, so I'm like, oh man, they can't do anything right this year. They got Dark
I mean,
Justice League
honestly,
coming, so that's
when you if you can fast forward or cut off the first part, I think it stays pretty true to the graphic novel.
No, like the actual, that's a good transition to talk about the actual Killing Joke part of the Killing Joke. The actual Killing Joke adaptation is pretty good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, you got Mark Hamill, who's always great. You can tell he's been waiting to do this for fucking years. And you got Kevin Conroy, of course, is always just he is Batman
for
to me.
eternity. Kevin Conroy's gonna be Batman and Mark Hamill's gonna be the Joker. Even when I see him in anything else, or even when I'm reading it and as a comic, I hear their voices in my head.
Yeah.
And so forever, that's just they're forever those characters.
It's like how Robert Downey Jr. will now forever be Iron Man to me.
Yeah.
It's
basically.
like whenever you see him, he's like, okay, that just is Iron Man. There's no question about it anymore.
He's Tony Stark. Forever.
He's Tony Stark. That's just how
he's not Robert Downey Jr.
Not anymore.
He's Tony Stark.
He may have been Charlie Chaplin before, but now he is. Now he's Iron Man.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like something. They made some changes to the book. Some I thought was a little weird, in my opinion.
I'm trying to, because it's been a while since I've read it, and so which part are you?
I read it pretty religiously when I was younger. When I first started getting back into comics, that was one of the first big Joker stories I picked up. So I read it pretty much page to page several times. But like for example, when they go into the flashbacks and the police arrive, they made that a silent scene for some reason and focused on the mobsters.
Oh yeah, okay.
Instead of talking with that scene with them cops talking.
It almost seemed like he wasn't as devastated.
Yeah, no, I kind of missed that moment, in the comics, because it's such a slap in the face in the comic book, because it's because the cops just don't give a shit. He's just utterly devastated by this news. He's like, "Sir, your wife died in an accident this morning as they're smoking." He goes, I think it's always played in my head.
That's true.
And I kind of missed that too. And then for some reason, I don't know why they did this. They cut out the average man monologue.
Which one was that?
They hinted at it very briefly in the movie, but it's the ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the average man. And he goes on this big long spiel about how human beings are seemingly unremarkable. But instead they have a deformed set of values. Yada yada yada. It's a great monologue, and I honestly used it as an audition piece once in a long time. Actually, my first audition piece, I used that monologue. But they cut that out.
When is that done in the graphic novel?
In the graphic novel, I'm pretty sure it's shortly after he gets out of the ghost train. Because he's in the cage and all the other.
Because what I remember vividly, of course, is the all it takes is one bad day.
Yeah, I have to have it.
And so that was obviously going to be in there, and that I remember. And then I guess I need to go back and reread it, but I can't remember that.
Monologue. Of all monologues to cut, that is kind of the one to cut because it is probably the least storyline significant. Although it was already a very monologue-heavy storyline. At the same time, I also really liked it, so I was a little sad to see it go. I think someone else pointed this out, and I agreed to it. You can honestly just tell such a huge difference between the first 30 minutes and the second half.
Absolutely. So
distinctly, if only just because the writing gets so much more poetic and disturbing. It's disturbingly well written in the second half because it's all Alan Moore's work.
Right, exactly.
And the shots, I think the shots that need to be effective were effective. Like the part where Joker actually comes into the apartment to shoot Barbara.
Oh yeah.
I thought that is exactly what it needed to be. It was disturbing. It was haunting.
And
his delivery was
outfit
perfect.
is so iconic in that, and so I mean
they got the lighting and the facial expressions
it was so well done.
And just how borderline rapey it got towards the end. It's made your skin crawl.
It was haunting in the graphic novel, and it's just as I wouldn't say just as haunting because I think when I first read it, I was just like, holy shit! I was really it was intense, and then seeing it play out again. I knew it was coming, so it's not like I was shocked, but I was still damn, it kind of still gave me not the chills, but it gave me an unsettling feeling.
It makes you uncomfortable.
It makes me uncomfortable
in a way that's clearly designed to be uncomfortable, rather than awkwardly uncomfortable, like
the sex scene
like
or
Barbara
the
fucking
gargoyle.
Batman. Would have been great if Keith David came alive at that moment.
The only thing that was hard that night. Oh man.
Would have been great if Keith David was there, voicing the gargoyle. I'm not the only one that's Goliath.
Oh man.
You know what's sad is my audience whooped and hollered when that scene came up in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I think it was the Comic-Con high at the time. I think then everyone kind of thought it was Yeah, that was stupid.
It's also a bunch of horny
Yeah.
geeks.
Whoa! Don't stereotype my people.
But am I wrong?
Yes and no. Depends who you talk to. We are stuck in a very large room with a bunch of people, most of which are dressed up as Harley Quinn, because that was the popular. There were Harley Quinns everywhere.
That's been the trend for years.
No, but this was all like most of it was like Deadpool or Doctor Who are the ones I see a lot. This is like just a ton of Suicide Squad Harley Quinns, all in booty shorts, which could be a bit good or bad thing depending on what you think of. But at the same time, it's also kind of like, okay, you go, girl. What, you don't want to dress up as Harley Quinn?
I don't like the new Harley Quinn. I hate it. I like, that's a whole other conversation. But
yeah, I think we've talked about that before too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the actual advocacy part is fine. So really, just like fast forward, I guess. Like, let's just give it all entirely because it's so blatantly unrelated in any way whatsoever.
I just remember being like,
it's so much
I
more
literally
obvious
said
now.
out like, what?
No, I was watching you.
What is this?
I remember watching your expression when like the sex scene happened.
It
I was
was
like,
so weird.
like you just got hit with mace or something.
What?
Wow.
Because it was so like, it was literally so fast the way it happened. Because there was like no romantic or sexual chemistry whatsoever. Then it was like, okay.
Just all of a sudden like anime eyes popped to like, oh, you're a Batman, and then all of a sudden make out.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. This is such a mess.
But I'm glad they kept that bit in the end. Like where the Joker tells the joke. No.
Oh, no, that joke. Honestly, like, watching that scene, and it's been a fan theory for a long time that Batman just kills the Joker after that scene happens, like, he just finally snaps.
Oh, no way.
You haven't heard that theory before? And, like, some people actually, like, honestly, like, I kind of wish that was the ending.
That's so dark.
I know, but at the same time, it's also very fitting for this kind of story. Like, granted, it would be like an Elseworld.
That
story,
almost
like,
makes me feel like even more unsettled about all of it. Because like the thing about, I mean, I guess, but I don't know, because that's Batman playing into the Joker's game. That's what the Joker wants. The Joker, I think deep down, the Joker wants Batman to kill him because his whole, all it takes is one bad day for someone to really go over the edge. And if Batman were to kill the Joker, that's the Joker winning in the end. Even though he's dead, the Joker has won.
But you can argue that'd be a good point for Alan Moore to kind of loop back around for.
I don't know. I guess it can go both ways.
I mean, granted, this is before like the story was made like legitimate continuity. So before there was like an Elseworld story before when it was first written, but then they brought in continuity. That's when Barbara Gordon became Oracle.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I'm watching the movie now and just kind of how they ended with like laughing at each other and they
I can see. The thing is, I can see it being that way, and I think that's what weird. Like it really creeps me out. Like
I don't know. I kind of think that would be like a very poetic end to it. Just would be great if like someone just adds like
because then
like
I feel
a
like
snappy
Batman's
sound
not
effect.
Batman anymore. Because once he takes a life, he's not Batman anymore.
Well, it depends
Because
which
Batman
Batman.
isn't killed.
Well, it depends which Batman you go for. Like Thomas Wayne Batman kills people. Flashpoint storyline, long story.
But I like the Batman I know is mostly like he's like anti-guns and he like doesn't kill people, and so like to have him finally kill the Joker is really like intense. But I mean, it would definitely be an interesting dynamic to end.
See, now you're not going to see the end of the story the same way again.
Well, I thought about that when I first read it actually, and I was like, what? Because I was kind of confused at the end. I remember like finishing it and being like,
is that it?
And so like I guess in my mind I kind of played out that possibility, but I'm like, I don't know. Like part of me wants it to be, but part of me doesn't. I'm so conflicted about it.
And I feel like in animated form though, that feels like a good way to end it.
Because it is very it's a very poetic way.
So I can imagine like just fade to black and all you hear is, and that'd be it.
But part of me doesn't want the Joker to win.
I know, but at the same time, like I feel like oh that'd be such a good ending though. That one's more of a subjective opinion.
But then the Joker's dead, and Joker's such an iconic villain in.
Yeah, but he's died before. He comes back.
A lot of people have died.
It's comic books. That is a sweet.
Yeah, no one ever actually died. Yeah, true. But I feel like the Killing Joke has become so canonical in terms of like the Joker and whatnot, especially with his origin story.
No, it's always just been a fun fan theory that I was kind of like, I feel like an animated form that would have worked pretty well, but I understand, of course, why they didn't go that route, obviously. But I thought that would be kind of, well, not fun, but interesting. It's such a fun storyline, watching the Joker shoot somebody, permanently disable and then strip them naked. That's something to say about that. And here's another issue I have with the movie. Is like, guys, if you have an R rating, just say fuck.
Yeah, they said like fig and like some random
like fig and F and like BS and bullshit. Just say bullshit.
Yeah.
Just say fuck. You have an R-rated movie, take advantage of it.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, actually.
That really bothered me when I saw it at first. I was like, guys, just
what
like
the fig?
the fig.
Are you serious?
What
right
the
now?
fig Newton mother hubbing?
You literally just
peanut butter and jelly.
paralyzed a girl, stripped her naked, and then posted photos of her all over. Like, and you can't say fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's like what's a South Park joke? So you can have any violence you want as long as you don't have any naughty words.
Yeah.
It was like I just get asked on fire, the Batman version. I don't know. Like I feel the same way about a lot of this stuff. Because like, guys, you have an R rating. You can go bigger with this stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I want graphic sex or anything like that, but you can take advantage of what you're doing here. You can get more into it. You have an R rating. Use it.
It also kind of bothered me that when Barbara was running, it like zoomed in on her butt.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
Classic. I don't know why I expect more out of the community, but I think it happens every time. The infamous butt shot. God damn it.
I can't judge. I just saw Margot Robbie strip in front of the strangers in Suicide Squad.
Why?
I think after the major backlash they've gotten from this movie, I think that probably will change in the future. Because I think everyone's giving them so much shit over this, and for good reason. Yeah. They fucked up pretty royally in all this. Granted, not catastrophically in my opinion, not the way some other people have been pointing out to me. I heard someone call it like a straight up character assassination, which seems a little extreme to me. That's the internet for you. I can't judge. I'm just another asshole talking in front of a camera because I want attention.
Give me attention.
I just want attention. But would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you are a fan of the graphic novel, just skip the first 30 minutes and you'll be fine. I mean, you can still watch it if you want.
You know what'd be great if instead of like all this, they just put like things, just put like an itchy and scratchy version of like Batman and the Joker in front of the movie instead of itchy and scratchy, like over the top Tom and Jerry parody in The Simpsons. Make like a Tom and Jerry style cartoon. It's frankly, that should be really funny. They get that and you got the dark, grim reality of the Killing Joke. But like no, the performance voice performance is still great. You have Kevin Conroy, Taylor Strong,
I've always
Mark Hamill.
been a big fan of.
They're always consistently great. I liked Gordon in this. There's been better Gordons out there, but I thought he did fine. I honestly felt like I could have done with. Like, honestly, like, I felt it was weird they included a lot more action scenes, but cut out material from the original story. It's like, okay, if you're going to go for a panel shoot, why do you need the action sequences there? That's not what we're here for.
Right.
But that's a nitpick as far as the actual adaptation part is. I would still recommend it, like I said, as long as you can just ignore the first 30 minutes, but if you already hated the story, this is not going to change your mind anyway whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is one other thing that somebody else pointed out, and I agree, is the fact that they really could have taken advantage of the fact that it is a animated movie and not a comic book, and really stretched out some of the bigger scenes from the book. Like the part where after the joke that he becomes the Joker and he gets out of the factory, he takes the helmet off and he sees the reflection, he starts laughing. You could have really stretched that whole moment out a lot longer than it was. And I felt like it could have had a bigger impact that way.
I guess because I've read The Killing Joke, it's already impacted me in that way, and so I guess if you haven't read The Killing Joke and you watch it, I guess I can see that, but I still think I don't know. Anytime Mark Hamill laughs as Joker, it affects.
True, but like this is
me.
like I feel like this is also like the first time he ever really does this. I feel like you really could have spread like it really
I
could
thought
take
it was
advantage of
pretty.
it.
Like I think it could. I thought it was fine.
No, I thought it was fine too, but I was like, but it could have been better. That's what I'm saying. Is it could have been so better. But again, I probably would have noticed that somebody didn't point out to me. So
Yeah, to me it was fine. That doesn't bother me.
yeah, so I would still recommend. I still think it's worth checking out.
I mean, I got it on because I pre-ordered it, and so I pre-ordered it on Blu-ray, so I already got a discounted price, and then I also had like a $5 off coupon or something, so I got it for like $12.
Nice.
So it's like the Blu-ray for $12. That's fine.
Not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal.
I'd say it's at least worth a rental.
And I honestly don't mind owning it. I mean, I don't know if I'd rather read the book again than watch it again, but yeah, I don't.
Alright, well, I just got a phone call, so we're time to wrap this up. So,
Alright.
thank you guys for watching. See you later with 9 lives later this week. Bye.